everybody, and welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning Gaming. Thunder and Lightning Gaming podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
And if you are watching on YouTube, the Friday that this goes up, we are recording this live for all of Twitch. So if you're a fan of the podcast and you've been watching every Friday that it comes out, and you're like, well, I'd want to watch that live, every Friday, 5 to 7 Eastern Standard Time, specifically 5 for this one, every single Friday, is where you can do that. And the link to the Twitch channel is the first link in the description on this video and every video that we put out. So, I think that's everything, all that out of the way. Lightning, how was your week? And when I say week, I do in fact mean like 2 months.
I know. Oh my god. I'm going to focus on this week.
Okay.
I'm going to focus on this week because this week was brutal.
Oh.
So, I finished my application for school.
Nice.
Which was cool. Really, 5 days before it was due, I've been trying to get a hold of them because they wanted analytic paper from Hi Roo.
Hello
and
welcome on in. We're doing podcasts, so we're talking about Lightning's talking about his week right now.
Talking about my week right now. So they wanted an analytic paper.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, for those of you who are just tuning into the podcast for the first time on stream today, I've been trying to get into a master's program for music therapy. So I've been applying to it for months.
Yeah.
Because that's how they like to do it. And they wanted a written assignment, which I did. They wanted 3 references from professors or bosses, which I did.
Probably, yeah.
And they wanted a 3 to 5 page analytic paper.
So,
yeah.
What is that? I'm not quite, I'm sure I've done one. What is an analytics paper?
I hope I did it right. I looked it up, and it was essentially like pick a topic, and it sounded like a video essay. It sounded like I was making a video essay about a topic. And in my head, because she was like, make it whatever you want, and I was like, listen, lady, don't know if you want to say that. But then because I was a part of a Zoom call, and they were really like, because she even mentioned that. She was like, you can be about whatever. And they were like, no, make it about whatever you're trying to apply for. And I was like, okay.
So you don't want me to write an analytics paper about Zombies Ate My Neighbors for the SNES.
That was briefly brushed over. What they really want is one from college, one from my bachelor's, which I don't have. So since December, I've been trying to contact her. Hey, I know it's a busy time of the year. I don't have one. What should I do? And she just got back to me last week. Okay. And she was like, oh, just make one. And I was like, thanks. So I did. In like less than 72 hours, I researched and wrote 5-page analytic paper.
Hello, welcome on in, Toga.
Yes, welcome.
Hello.
So that was that part of the week. That was super stressful. While all that's going on, Pauline, a.k.a. Monsoon, for those of you who are in the know.
Yeah.
Dr. Payne, you, a lot of guys from the acoustic band that I used to play in that I was going to do a show with next week.
Oh, I see where this is going.
My cousin Matt.
What were all these people doing together?
And my sister.
Oh, and your sister's there.
We're all at some level exposed to COVID.
Yeah.
Amazingly, most of them have come back fine. Yeah. My cousin Matt, not so. My cousin Matt's the only one who didn't. Who I don't, I haven't seen him since Christmas.
Right,
or something.
But he got it.
His mom got it.
Oh,
We're still. I'm actually. Oh, and Ryan. And the singer for Froggy and the Friendship.
Hey, Chris, that's everyone.
That's everyone.
That's
what I said.
Everyone except John.
So I've just been sitting at home like. I did see John. Yeah. John is the only person I've seen this week, except Pauline just came back negative, so she's nice. She's back.
And she probably still has to work while she's waiting for results, right?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did. She's fine now, but
that's good.
So yeah, that's been going on. And Chewy, our little 2-year-old miniature poodle. Not
Yes.
ours. He's not ours. He's mine, but the people at my house.
He's mine, but I let you take
I let you see him. He has pancreatitis, which has not been fun. He's a good little boy, and he doesn't deserve that.
Well, not when he's not a good little boy when he tries to escape, as we talked about last time.
He didn't actually try to escape, because we've come full circle on that.
Okay.
He came back to the house.
Right.
He was horrified, and he saw that we were yelling at him, and he's 2, so what, 12-year-old? Like any 12-year-old, he was like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble.
There's a bunch of debates about that. It's 7 to 12.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to get in trouble. So he hears me.
Oh, he heard you saying his name. That's funny.
Chewy, I love you, buddy.
Hi, Chewy. I'm here too.
So, week's been stressful, kind of shitty. On the upside, we're getting some tracks back from the band that I'm in with John and Ryan.
Oh, good. So that's still progressing even though all the COVID scares?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is great. That's fantastic. We've been writing for the new project that we're doing, the one that's hopefully going to be like a mainstay for us. And I got channel points. Let me just click that real quick. And beyond that, everything else is just moving. We were trying to set up a day to do a reading for the book, me and Pauline's book.
Yeah.
That's might get pushed back because of Matt. We're gonna see how he's doing, how he comes back. So more on that probably next week. That's pretty much everything for my week. How was your week, Ben?
My week was fine after we got through all the potential COVID stuff. My week was just fine. There's a new Mountain Dew flavor, and it might be my favorite Mountain Dew ever.
Oh, I think I saw a can.
Yeah, there's one can still in here. It's called Mountain Dew Spark. It's raspberry lemonade Mountain Dew, and it's so good.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew Spark. Not really.
But it could be.
But you could.
I'm still debating whether I like it more than Baja Blast or not. I'm going to say no for now, but that might change. I've been drinking a lot of Mountain Dew Spark. I hope it doesn't go away like all the other great Mountain Dew flavors always do. I wanted to show this off because this happened. So I got this thing, and it's one of those things. I have like 4 or 5 different things that I ordered a while ago that I'm just sort of waiting for them to come because they're either kickstarted or they're limited run games or whatever.
I haven't seen this, by the way. I have no clue what this is.
Yeah, one of them finally came in. So this is called the Couch Console. It's not a game. So don't be tricked by the name. Oh, it's not on camera either. By the name console, but it's essentially like a thing that you put on your couch or your bed or whatever you're sitting on, and I'm going to try to show this off while talking about it. It's got a bunch of different compartments. So we've got a drink compartment, and it like does this. So if you like sit on the couch and it tips it a little, and then it's got this, which is a dishwasher safe like snack container that has a little lid on it. And then it has, this part's kind of whatever, but it's a little useful. It's got a little thing where you're supposed to like put a remote or however. You can prop your phone up on this thing. And then if you flip it over, it's got a little armrest on it. And then underneath all of them, there's a little storage place. And there's also a plug. The plug doesn't hold a charge, but if you plug this in and then plug your phone into this, it'll charge through it. So I've been doing that. It's more convenient than it sounds. You can mix and match where those go, and it's really cool. It's one of those things where I saw it and I was like, that might be cool. Maybe I won't use it though. Who knows? I've been using the hell out of it. I really like it. And because I kickstarted it super early, this is a $90 product. I got 2 for $90, so I actually got my dad one as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It took some getting used to. It took some figuring out. I had everything flipped, and I was like, this is useless if they're flipped. I was like, oh, wait, I could just do this.
Right.
Ooh, excuse me. So that's happening. Kind of freaking out just a little bit. Earlier today, I found out that, and I don't want to give too much detail, just in case I'm not supposed to. But earlier today, I found out that a company that I follow is doing like an open hiring thing.
Oh.
And it's sort of my dream job. And I was looking at the qualifications, and I pretty much meet every single one. So I'm very excited about that. I think like as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna eat and then go apply to that. Because I'm
Tell us what it is.
I don't want to, just in case.
Oh no.
Just in case.
Is it video game related?
It is.
Ooh.
It is.
Is it a testing job?
No, I'll say this. It's
Yeah.
video game journalism related.
Oh.
It's like you need knowledge of the industry related.
Very cool.
So I'm very excited about that. And I'll let people know how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Do you also have the chat over there?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. No, yeah, that just happened this morning. It was one of those things where I woke up and I saw the thing. I was like, neat. And then I was like, wait a minute. I want that.
That's me.
That's me. I want to do that. Yeah, so that was fun.
That's funny. I have a feeling I could, like, 20 questions, guess exactly what company and what it is, but
possibly.
I'm sure we'll have more on that next week, probably.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, because even if nothing happens one way or another, we'll have at least sent an application by next podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be doing that tonight. Because I'm currently jobless, and I was trying to figure that out, doing a few different things here and there. I was like, I guess I could do this, and I have a backup job that's just like your standard like minimum wage type deal that I could also probably get that one if I wanted. So I think I'm gonna apply to both.
Sure.
Just in case.
See what you hear back from.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See if I hear back from one, and then
right.
if they say no, then I'll. Yeah.
No, that's super exciting.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that. What else happened? Oh. Onward. The movie.
Yes.
The Pixar movie.
Yes.
There
Good movie.
is fantastic movie. So obviously Dungeons and Dragons inspired. If you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but if you don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, still a very good movie. Not the point. But it's very good. It stars a lot of MCU people, weirdly enough. So they made, this was another thing.
Is this news? Are we into news?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is still my week. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
They made a I've shown you this. I've had this for a while. It's actually been like right here off camera for a while. But they made an RPG.
Yeah.
They made we're not technically allowed to call it Dungeons and Dragons, like Dungeons and Dragons clone. And my parents watched Onward for the first time recently. And I didn't say, hey, let's play this. I just wanted to show it to them. I was like, oh, I have this. Let me show it to you. It's really cool. Haven't got a chance to play it yet. And I was showing it to my mom. She was like, that's really neat. And she was like, how much was this? And I was like, it was like $45. And I thought she was going to be like, that's a lot of money. But instead she was like, you haven't played it yet? I was like, I haven't gotten a chance to. So we played it together.
Awesome.
We've been playing it.
Oh, yeah, because it's an RPG. So they've been playing it. Couple sessions.
Yeah, so we're one session in. We might do another one tonight, but we did essentially like the prologue session. It has a built-in like teach them how to play session, which was really cool. I talk about this a lot. My favorite part of the player's guide was it literally had a section called the importance of session 0, and I was like, fuck yeah, you got to do that. So cool. It's clearly for children.
Okay.
There was a whole section in the player's guide that was like for the DM's eyes only, and I was like, oh, here we go. Here's like, they're gonna give me some stuff. The whole section, the whole 5-page section was just like, if you're playing with babies, make sure to curb the violence, and and if people are, make sure to keep the game going, and if people are getting antsy, maybe take a break. I was like, oh, okay. So Walt, I apologize. I put violence and alcohol use and drug use in your game. I apologize.
Walt has no clue. Walt doesn't know what's going on.
Walt
doesn't know what Onward is.
Walt's probably never heard of Dungeons and Dragons. No, but I
Walt has probably never heard of Dungeons and Dragons. That's a good point.
Probably. Probably. Yeah, no,
He'd love it, though.
I like it a lot. I read the whole player manual in one sitting. It wasn't much to look at. It essentially, like, this is cool. It's a really good, like, beginner RPG, and I'm not just saying that because it's for kids, but it's got a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, if D&D did this, I would maybe change it, but since it's this one, I don't mind. Like, there's no dying. You have like essentially like magic points and like health points, but they're not called health points. And if they go down to 0, you're just exhausted and you can't, like, if you're doing a fight and you go down to 0 HP, you're essentially done fighting, but you're not dead. You're not like out. And
my mom would love that.
And if another player heals you back to 1 health, you can fight again, So there's no like, go home, your character's dead.
So do you think this might be a good gateway RPG into maybe your parents enjoying D&D?
Possibly.
I know at least one of them's probably listening right now.
My dad, he's told me this before. I've known this for a bit, but my dad actually messed around with Advanced D&D back in the day. Advanced D&D is 2nd edition.
Oh, yeah. I have the manual to that at my house.
Yes, you do.
I got somebody. I don't know who I got, but I got him.
Walt probably.
Walt, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it a lot. The book has like the book and the cards. It looks used by the characters, so it's got like Cheeto stains on it, and it's got like sometimes there will be like a little like Barley, the Chris Pratt character, like cut out a piece of notebook paper and wrote his own thing. The way it does initiative is interesting, and I really like this. I've actually seen this before in a different RPG. But the way they do initiative is instead of rolling and having a list, I, the DM, choose who goes first. So let's say you and I are playing, and there's 3 monsters. So I pick you to go first. Then you take your turn. Then you pick who goes next, and your options are everyone who hasn't gone yet. So let's say you pick the other player, right?
Yeah.
They go. Now it's their turn to pick who goes next, but their options are just the 3 monsters they're fighting.
Interesting.
But
yeah,
what's cool about that is that if your turn is last and we flip to a like round 2, you get to pick who goes next, obviously, but you can pick yourself because it's a new round.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I don't know how I'd feel if D&D did that.
Right, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to mess with D&D, but like there's some things that this game is doing that I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah. Because the whole point of an initiative roll in D&D is it's essentially everything's by chance in D&D. It's all a dice chance, and the concept of an initiative is who had the quickest reflexes.
Right. In universe.
Yeah.
I'm acting first because, I was quick on the draw for this battle or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I think that they just want everything to be fair for children.
Oh, sure.
So I really do like if you're playing with a group of literal 8-year-olds, because it says 8 and up on the box, the 8-year-olds are going to pick all their friends. And then when it's the last 8-year-old, it's like you got to pick a monster, and then all the monsters go, and it's like, oh, well, we already went. We don't want the monsters to go, obviously, but they have to. So, yeah. It was fun. It's a lot of fun. It was a learning experience, obviously, because it's an entirely different game. But we had a lot of fun doing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I would recommend if you can get your hands on it.
Cool.
And you're a fan of RPGs.
Cool. Awesome.
That is everything I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
News time.
News.
Baby.
I have a lot of news.
Nice.
Courtesy of Monsoon of
Hell
Thunder
yeah.
and Lightning Gaming. So let me get right into it. You and I, off camera, have actually mentioned a few of these things.
I'm sure, yeah.
But, yeah, let me get started with this. One I think actually Kelsey, one of our viewers, would really appreciate. Disney showed off... Disney? Okay. I'll think about that later.
Okay.
Disney showed off the first Bob's Burger movie trailer.
Oh,
on a
yes,
commercial.
that dropped this afternoon, right?
No,
Or
it
something
a
like that?
few days ago.
Oh,
I already
okay, yeah.
watched it. So the first Bob's Burger trailer for the Bob's Burger movie, which is coming out in February?
We got some
is
Daphne
out.
hype in chat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers is Fox. That's why it's Disney.
Good call. Good point.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting.
Also, like, we have Disney to thank for this movie. Like, I don't think this movie was in production hell, and Disney was like, we'll do it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. What do we got over
Kelsey's
there?
excited.
Yeah.
It seems like she already knew about that. But yeah.
Yeah,
exciting
it's super
stuff.
exciting.
I did not watch the trailer because I don't watch that show, but I'm
Sure.
excited for the people who are excited
Sure.
for it.
This one's a little nuts. So, Xbox One consoles discontinued. They're
Really?
no
Already?
longer making Xbox One, and they're going opposite strategy of PlayStation, where they're stopping production so that they can focus on the Xbox X One, X Series, X3, X.
Yeah,
in the in the Xbox X3, X3 5.
Right. The two.
'cause
Yeah.
they
The digital one and the physical
all
one.
joking aside, they do have two separate consoles coming out.
Yeah, well, so does PlayStation.
True. Right.
They're just the difference is the digital only Xbox runs worse, and they're upfront about that. But the PlayStations are priced accordingly because it's the same exact specs. Just
Right.
one has a disc drive.
Right. But this article got a little into PlayStation's strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Which, do you know what PlayStation's strategy is right now?
I can only assume it's the opposite of what Xbox is doing, which is also this is video game news. Which is no, it's fine. Which is people can't get the PS5 because we fucked that up, so we'll just make more PS4s because that's more
exactly
affordable.
what they're doing right now.
Yeah, great. No, cool. Yeah, no. Why
Damn it,
why mass it's just the fucking Marth amiibo all over again. Why mass produce the Marth amiibo when we can make the fucking Ice Climbers one? People want that one, right? No, we want the Marth one because it's the fucking coolest one. I'm of course complaining about something that doesn't matter anymore and happened in 2014.
But it's
like,
a similar
it's
situation.
It's the same thing. It's like just make the thing that people want, and the PS5. This is so nuts. The PS5 is more expensive than the PS4. So if there are less PS4s available to buy than there are PS5s, you're forcing the hand of a new consumer that has neither and is like, oh, well, if the 4 is cheaper, but now you're turning the conversation into, well, if the 4 is less available or not available, I'll just get the 5 because I hear that it plays PS4 games.
That's what Nintendo did with the Switch and the
3DS. Yeah.
If it's not available, then you have to get the Switch.
Right, yeah. No, Nintendo did it smart. They ceased production on Wii U games with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And they let the DS ride for another year, and then some behind closed doors, they were like, well, everyone wants the Switch. No, WarioWare Gold is the last 3DS game. Let's just focus on Switch. Yeah. All the new Pokemons are on Switch. Sorry if you don't have one. Get one.
And for those of you watching at home, if you enjoyed that little back and forth about Xbox and PlayStation, please be sure to stay tuned in the next hour when we do our video game podcast, where it will probably be brought up again.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to give you the option to tell me to hold on to this one or not. The next one is about Logan Paul.
I heard about this.
Do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to talk about it in an hour for the next podcast?
No, this is not a video game thing. So go for it.
Okay, he's a streamer, so I just wanted to be sure. Okay, so Logan Paul, famous shithead YouTuber, streamer, whatever.
I will say, used to be big shithead. He.
Oh, has he been changing his ways? See, I don't know.
He's changed his attitude. He's a better person than he was. Still mad at him for new reasons, i.e. he ruined Pokemon cards. But
also, he's a big racist. No?
No.
Okay.
Not a big racist.
Not trying to slander the guy. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, Logan Paul, not a racist. Just kind of a big shithead for a few years there. He's really been working to... I'm not a fan of his. I'm just, singing his praises. He has really been working to, like, reestablish his brand. And this Pokemon card thing has really been helping him. Now I'm re-mad because I like actually playing Pokemon. He likes selling them and pawning them, which is fine, but because he's such a popular influencer, he has ruined the...
everybody's doing
the consumer... of Pokemon cards. Literally, I think Target and Walmart literally don't sell them anymore. This is the story you're bringing, right? The Pokemon card story?
Well, I mean, that is what he's doing, but something has happened that actually might change everything that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I might be referring to?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me taking the floor, I believe what you're about to talk about is that he ordered $3.5 million box of Pokemon cards, and it was all fake. They were officially sealed original Pokemon plastic, and when you open it up, it was
first release.
It was baseball cards.
Yeah. Mix of G.I. Joe and baseball cards.
Yes, G.I. Joe. I thought that was weird because I was like, that's not a collectible card game as far as I remember, but sure, G.I. Joe cards.
Yeah. $3.5 million. I guess the guy who sold it to him was not the one to scam him, though. He actually knows him, and they're both working. Over $6 million have changed hands with this box of cards.
Yeah, the report, I did not watch the video, but the report I saw said Logan Paul and distributor made video about.
Right.
So it seems like there's no bad blood. It seems like he wasn't scammed by the distributor.
No, it seems like they were both scammed.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So that'll probably put a hitch in his Pokemon card dealings.
Kelsey says that's actually insane. Yeah, he's part of his like rebranding himself. A big part of that has been his Pokemon card content. And 3.5 million is like a drop in the pan for this guy and his Pokemon card stuff. That's a lot. I think that might be the most he's ever spent, but like he's spent close to that before. All of his videos are like, I spent this much money on Pokemon cards. Losing $6 million or whatever it is obviously not great. No matter who you are.
No, and I can only imagine he's doing well, but it's gotta hurt.
Well, it's definitely gonna hurt. Everything he's done, good or bad, has hurt the average consumer buying Pokemon cards scene.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the prices are insane. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, we should play soon.
We should play the card game. Yeah, I'm down.
Moving along. Something you and I were talking about before we even started stream. The Santa Claus series for Disney Plus announced with Tim Allen returning.
And to that I say, why? I thought we were done with Tim Allen. I thought we were all team Tim Allen is a shithead. And I thought Disney was team Tim Allen is a shithead because Buzz Lightyear was barely in Toy Story 4, and they're making a new Toy Story about real Buzz Lightyear, and he's voiced by Captain America. But I guess I was wrong because they're making a Santa Claus TV show, and old man Tim Allen is going to be playing Santa Claus like he hasn't for the last... when did Santa Claus 3 come out? Like 2008 or some shit like that?
Well, that's the thing.
The escape clause?
It really did feel like Disney Plus... Disney set their boundaries with Tim Allen.
And, like, they did it, like, kind of, like, subtly.
Yeah.
You know?
And they were doing it the way everybody expected them to, which was either his IPs are dead or they're getting recast. One of the two things are happening.
Right.
It's just very odd that this is happening, and it's happening with him.
Even more so odd that maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think the Santa Claus trio of movies is on Disney Plus.
I don't think so. I don't know.
They could be, but I feel like as recently as a couple months ago, I checked because I was curious, and I don't think they were there. I don't know. I could be wrong, though.
Okay. That's all I have for the table for news. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you have anything you want to add, talk about, or comment, please make sure you comment.
I have something I want to add, talk about, or comment. I have not seen episode 3 yet, but...
I have not seen episode 3 yet either.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, We didn't even say what we're talking about yet. The Book of Boba Fett. Or the Book of Boba? What is it called? Is it just called the Book of Boba?
No, you had it.
Oh, good. Book of Boba Fett is a way better title. How are you, the biggest Star Wars fan I know, liking Book of Boba Fett?
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Are you not?
I'm not. It's not a bad show.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here saying it's a terrible show because it's not. It clearly has the exact same production and production value that The Mandalorian had.
Right.
I just.
Do you want him to get on with it?
I fucking want him to get on with it, dude. It's 7 episodes with no promise of a season 2 as of right now, and there's been, for every one main timeline scene, there's like 4 flashback scenes, and like the whole time I'm watching, I'm struggling to enjoy it. I'm really trying to enjoy it, but the whole time I'm watching, I'm just keep asking myself, why? Why do I care about this character then? Why do I care now? I'm trying to care about the now timeline, but they're not focusing on it too much. They showed a Wookiee, and the people were like, "Oh, it's a Wookiee." I was like,
we do have people who haven't seen the show yet.
Okay,
it just
Sorry, I won't say too much. I feel like the show is trying to get a reaction out of me in some certain places, and I was like, sure, whatever. There's one part in particular, without giving too much away, he goes on like a little mini quest to do a thing, and he steals a thing, and he like saves a few people. And the whole time I was doing that, I was just like, why? Why is he doing this? What's happening? I don't care. So I want to like it. Like, let's check back in when the show is over and maybe even do an episode of Cinematic Relief on it.
Sure.
But yeah, I haven't seen episode 3, just like you. So maybe shit really pops off in episode 3. But episode 1 and 2, I'm left. Here's where I'm at. I'm gonna finish it. It's not so terrible that I'm gonna finish it. It's not even a bad show, and I feel comfortable saying it's not a bad show. I'm just not loving it yet.
Okay. All right.
It's hard coming from The Mandalorian, which is a consistently incredible television show, and then going into this, which is kind of boring.
Okay. I mean, not even from the Star Wars side, but just like, I like mafia movies and stuff like that. I do like that they're teasing that concept of, them getting into the syndicates possibly.
Right.
In, like, the crime families of the Star Wars universe. But like you said, it really feels like that's not what they're focusing on heavily, which I feel like is going to change.
I
Whether
really
it
hope
be
so.
this episode or next episode, I think we're getting... Here's the thing. I think what they're doing, in what every single Star Wars fan has been asking themselves since 1983...
quite possibly. There's absolutely no Baby Yoda or Din Djarin in this show, but
as of yet.
As of episode 2. But
since 1983, everybody's been like, if Boba Fett is still alive, what did he do after the Sarlacc?
See, not me. I've never cared. When they said when J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, I think that's her name, said nothing is canon except the movies and a few things that we pick, they essentially said in so many words, Boba Fett died in the Sarlacc pit. Now that we have official canonical confirmation that he did not, and now that I'm seeing what happened in between his appearance on The Mandalorian and his last scene from Return of the Jedi, I'm finding myself not caring.
Okay.
I'm finding myself like not really. And the other thing is, like, I wish they hadn't done this. I wish they just showed that part and then showed the next part, because I really just can't stand flashbacks. I've said this before, specifically when talking about the Wonder Woman movies, but if the whole goddamn thing is a flashback, I never feel tension because I know that the character is not going to die.
Fair.
There's a certain understanding, not with Game of Thrones, but with essentially every other television show, there's a certain understanding of, like, the main character is probably not going to die, but I'm not going to not feel like, oh God, if they're like on the edge of a cliff or whatever, but I'm going to feel absolutely nothing if it's a flashback, you know?
Okay.
I don't fear for Wonder Woman's life in Wonder Woman 1984, even though the movie wants me to, emotionally speaking, because I've seen the Snyder Cut. I know she makes it.
Right.
And I think that I would like the flashback stuff just even a little bit more, enough for me to be like, yeah, it's good, if that was the whole show and there was no, like, if season 1 was that and then season 2 was the modern day stuff.
Yeah.
Or, like, half of season 1 and half of season... I'm just like, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So it seems like they're making some weird... Oh,
thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Have a nice rest of your day. If you're, we're going to be on till 7, so if you find your way back here, then so be it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for joining in on the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else, feel free, please comment, add to the conversation.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're just making some weird story ideas that you're not a fan of, or how they're choosing to tell the story. You're not a big fan of, and I can get that. I can get behind that.
Also,
I think it's a little too early to tell.
Right. No, yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I'm sitting here like, I know it's not a bad show. I'm just not enjoying it yet.
Sure. No, that's fair.
Also, without spoiling anything, there's something big is missing, and I want to know why, and they haven't explained why, and the end. Something big. Something that takes up a lot of room.
Is it a slug?
No.
Because he's dead.
No, more room than that.
Oh, is it a Death Star?
No, we'll talk. It's fine. We'll talk afterwards. There's just... There was a moment where I was like, here it comes.
I don't think he's found it yet.
I still don't think you have figured out what I'm talking about, hilariously enough.
Okay, all right. Well, whatever. We'll get back to that off air.
Yeah, it's kind of a big set piece.
I'm
the stream is down.
Yeah.
And I think that it is time for Gwyneth's appearance on the podcast.
For Gwyneth. I'm prepared for Gwyneth.
So
I don't know if anybody else is, but I am.
You have the chat open?
I do have the chat open.
Okay, cool. Because I'm officially not going to be able to have the chat open. Let's go incognito so I don't ruin my SEO, and we're gonna go to goop.com.
So this segment, for those of you who don't know, because we are live on Twitch with our podcast for the first time today, is called Goop Troop. Goop Troop, for those of you who haven't used their points to find out what Goop Troop is yet, is a game show where Thunder looks up a product from Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle online store called Goop. And on this lifestyle brand website, I decide, he picks an item, and I decide what I think would be an appropriate price for this item. If we had a guest, they would be doing the same thing. And you at home watching right now could be playing with us as well if you want to. We'll even wait a few seconds after my answer to reveal what it is. If anybody wants to throw in an answer, then Thunder tells us what it is. And that is Goop Troop.
And if you're hearing that description, you're thinking, but why do you do this? It's because the products on Goop.com are more often than not absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Goop, for those of you who don't know, you were right. She does credit it as a lifestyle brand.
Nailed it.
But it is, in fact, I feel like you missed two important words, which is snake oil racket. It's complete garbage.
That's true as well.
The site, as I've said before,
you can buy vampire repellent.
You can buy literal vampire repellent. The site, as I've explained before, has gone through somewhat of an overhaul. They kind of curb it's harder to find the weird stuff.
Right.
If that makes sense. There's a lot of sub-menus. There's a lot of like, no, this is what we look like. We're a normal company. So I went to shopping, and then I went to wellness, and now it's just articles. No, I want to go to shop. I want to go to Made by Goop, and I want to go to Goop Wellness, And I have a little. Okay, I see what's
They
happening.
update the website every now and then. It's been a while since we've done a Goop
Well,
troop,
their
so.
most recent update is very much like, no, don't look over here. We're not a fake bullshit website. We're a real one.
Right.
Look, we have articles. Let's just click on this because the website's weird and oh no, this is still an article. Can I get the sex shop?
Oh.
There's a button called the sex shop. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Here's what we're looking for. Oh, hell yeah. What the fuck is this? I'm immediately. Okay, I got to bookmark the sex shop. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Here we go. My dad is in chat. All right. The hand-carved antique oak hands.
One more time.
Hand-carved.
Hand-carved.
Antique.
Doubt it. Okay.
Oak.
And
then hands.
Since when does antique not mean old anymore?
I don't know. I should probably say antique inspired.
Yeah, what's that word? What's that word when it's antique inspired? Vintage.
Vintage.
Yeah. Just call it vintage.
Yeah.
It's not an antique unless it's actually old.
So these are I'll show you.
No. Okay, no, this is I thought I guessed what it was. And you were just relieving me of having to do that. No, you're right. Give us a description.
I'm looking at what it is. I don't even know.
Oh,
Here's the
okay.
picture, and I'm going to show camera. You have the better one, so I'm going to come over to you.
Sure.
Here's what we're looking
He's invading my space.
They look like Wolverine claws. They
They
like
do.
if you were going to cosplay Wolverine, but you didn't want to actually have knives. You're going to cosplay.
No, that's the Fan Expo appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, weird that we found cosplay stuff in the sex shop.
In the sex shop. Okay, so, yeah, Chris said this, but just as a reminder, I'm going to read the entire description. Chris is going to guess a price. People in chat are going to guess a price if they would like to. So, this is the description. These. Oh, and also, just sometimes I read these beforehand. I didn't do that this time. Sometimes I have an idea. I have no clue what this is about to say on how to use these
I have
during
an idea.
sex.
I've got I think it's a massager of sorts.
These oak hands are made to look like claws. Good job there. And they're an unexpected and fun addition to foreplay. They can help create those sexy, energetic tingles that precede excellent sex. Here's one place to start. Oh, God, there's an example. Have your partner gently drag them from inside your ankles up towards your groin. Okay, I see. So this is meant to tickle you. This is meant to... This is going to do the job that your fingers could do, essentially. I'm not reading the parenthetical. Absolutely not. When you're done, they're easily stored in plain sight. If you lace the fingers together, they make a killer cookbook stand. Okay,
this is unsanitary.
So we're just gonna bring some wooden, I'll say what they are, Wolverine claws into the bedroom, and then when we're done with them, because Goop needs to have this in every product, we're gonna display them where all our friends can see them.
No, she does that too much. Now it's getting involved with food. That's not acceptable. That's not safe. That cannot be FDA approved.
Well, it says cookbook stand, but the cookbook stand's gonna be near the food.
Yeah. What do you use the cookbook for if not to cook?
You use the cookbook stand, I'm assuming, to hold it so you can read it and not have to touch the book while you're...
It's just a book stand. Why did she specify a cookbook?
I don't know. There is a absolutely not safe for work parenthetical where it's you could also do this, but that would be... and then a link to, here's the thing that we... Anyways, I misread. I thought it said 1,000, but it doesn't. Thank Christ. 100% antique oak. Okay, so the oak itself is antique, and we're making things from the antique oak.
Yeah. Whatever. Wood's wood.
It's 11 by 3 by 1, so it's literally
Wolverine.
Literally Wolverine claws. And then it's made in Canada. So,
okay.
Lightning of Thunder and Lightning Gaming. How much for the hand-carved antique oak hands for foreplay use for excellent sex?
$150, Thunder.
$150. If anyone would like
we'll
to
wait a moment.
guess in chat how
For,
much they think these wooden sex Wolverine claws are.
So here's my
Feel
reason.
free.
Well, actually, while we're waiting on that, let me explain my reason behind 150.
Yeah, go for it.
They use the word antique,
Mhm.
which, like, that's an extra $50 right there. It's handcrafted, which you know that they're gonna make huge extra money off
So
of
we've
that.
got a
400. We've
guess
got a
of
400 in the comments. That's a lot of money.
But
Yeah, not a bad guess. It's just if that is it, shame on you, Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay, so I think our chat contestant went the route that I went, which was it's going to be jacked up. It's going to be jacked up because of all the fancy words that they used.
Let's do this too while we wait to see if anyone else wants to put a price. We normally don't do this. If you were going to buy this, how much would you spend on it? Because I'm thinking,
I wouldn't buy.
Well, no, of course I wouldn't
unless
either.
I wanted him, unless I was cosplaying as Wolverine.
I'm thinking, yes, she is.
She nuts. Oh yeah, absolutely.
She is, and we have her to thank for the success of our podcast, I guess. Because I was gonna say like $12.
Yeah. If I was gonna buy these for a cosplay, I think that's appropriate. 30 at the max.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of them as a cosplay accessory.
Well, I'm thinking them as a sex thing, which is what I'm supposed to think of them as. And I'm thinking that the thing that you want me to do with your sex Wolverine claws, I could just do with my hands. And I don't know why we're getting like we're getting foreplay toys involved. I don't know. It's an interesting scene that Gwyneth Paltrow has set.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you both went over. Not too over though. It's still a ridiculous price for these wooden Wolverine claws. But
90.
It is in fact $95.
Yeah, that sounds right. That was gonna be my second guess.
And that was Goop Troop, not Goof Troop.
Troop.
Not Goof Troop, the 90s Goofy show where the canon that the mom is dead came from, and that the amazing, incredible, fantastic theme song. Not to be confused with Goop Troop, our dumb segment on our stupid podcast about the actress who portrayed Pepper Potts in the MCU, and whose, spoiler alert, head is in a basket at the end of the movie 7, I believe. But yeah, I think, no, you see, here's the thing with that game. 400 is a great guess. I could have easily said 400.
Oh, yeah.
And then we probably would have had a talk about what the fuck, because sometimes it's just so insanely, undeniably overpriced.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even that was
No,
insane.
even that is overpriced, and their reasoning made a little bit more sense. Like, it's antique oak. We fucking made it ourselves. It's not a factory thing. But sometimes their reasoning is like, okay, I get it, but that still doesn't mean it should be that much money.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a podcast.
Yeah.
But not a stream. We have one more podcast to go. So I'm going to do a little outro for the podcast for the YouTube video. So thank you so much for watching and listening. This has been the Thunder and Lightning podcast. Like I said at the top of the hour, if you love this podcast and you want to watch it live, that'll be Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. And, you know, if not, no big deal. If not, the upload will be the following Friday at 12, like usual. And with that, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.